All right, final episode of Ask Jay for the season. A little bittersweet. Can you give us a quick recap of this past weekend of play at FDU in Princeton?
Yeah, I thought FDU, we executed the game plan really well. And I was really happy with the way that we just, all cylinders were firing. So I really liked all that. And I thought the momentum would carry over into Saturday night because, last time we played Princeton, we went 5 of them, and I felt okay about our performance that time. And for some reason, we just did not expect or raise to the level of the occasion. And Princeton took it to us. And that was a little bit of a stinger because we had a really good run there for a while. And I just really liked a lot of the things we were doing in the gym, both in practice and in the matches. So unfortunately, it wasn't our night on Saturday. And I know that it kind of carried over a little bit this week into practice. We were still trying to figure a few things out and trying to get back to that level of play that we had for those prior few weeks. So, sometimes a loss is a good loss, and we'll see what happens this coming weekend, and obviously next week in the playoffs. But yeah, I thought it was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde performance on this past weekend.
Any strong individual performances you want to touch on?
I thought that Jack Bowles all season long has done just a real nice job. He's steady, and he takes a lot of swings for us. I know his shoulder's got to be killing him a little bit, but and Omar has always been the guy that people focus on, and now they're starting to key in a little bit more on Jack, and that's the real rubber meeting the road is. It's easy to fly under the radar and do well. It's when people know about you and they key in on you how much more you can produce. And Jack's done a really nice job of that, so I was really happy with him. And I thought, Colin Heath, our libero, has done a real nice job of keeping us steady all throughout the year in terms of serve receive and playing defense. And he just continues to get better, and those are all, positive things that we can take from it.
What do you want to see from your team this weekend in the matches against Harvard?
It's senior weekend, so you really, you want to send the seniors off with a W if you can. But really, I want to just build momentum for next week. I think Harvard is a team that, kind of like us, they have really good matches and maybe not some good matches, and they're kind of figuring themselves out a little bit. And I think they have a really young setter as well as we do, and I think that kind of as they go, your team goes. So I think for us, it's really just, can we control our side of the net? Can we control our first contacts? If we can do those things, then I feel pretty good about our performance. But if we can't, then it's going to be a real struggle. And if we become one-dimensional, then it's going to be really, really tough.
With Senior Day on Saturday, can you speak on how both Richie Hoff and Trevor Kennan have made an impact on the program here at Mason?
Yeah, Trevor has been our starting libero for the past few years. Unfortunately, he's been injured a few times over the years as well, and has had some surgeries. But he is just one of those kids that we can lean on every single day. He works real hard. He runs through brick walls. He's a great teammate. He never says die. He's a fiery competitor. And I think his lasting legacy will be his competitive drive. I mean, he is always getting after it in the gym in one form or another. And this year, Colin has kind of taken over the starting position as of late. And Trevor, in serve and pass and in practices, he's still yelling and screaming and still firing the guys up. And, he's blocking a little bit, which is fun. We might even get a chance to let him swing a little bit on the outside on Saturday. But Trevor's just a great kid, and we're going to miss having him and his voice in the gym. Richie probably has arguably one of the best arms in the country. It's one of the reasons why we recruited him. We knew that his arm can be real live at certain times. And so, over the years, it's been him getting better and working harder and being a steady player for us. In 2020, when we were getting ready to host the national championships, he had his coming out party against USC, and he hit really well. And since then, it's just been kind of grinding away a little bit. And he's just a great teammate, and kids love him. And he's a steady leader. He's not a real chest thumper kind of guy. He does it more about his actions, but. We're going to miss those two tremendously. They were great people to have in the gym for the last 4 years.
How does the team feel knowing that they get to play in the EIVA tournament this year?
There was a moment in the beginning of the year we didn't know if we were going to make it. They only take 6 out of the 9 teams, and we started out the conference 1-5. and that didn't feel too good. And we were not sure how that was going to pan out for us later on down the line. There were a few teams that historically we had done really well that we hadn't seen yet, but we were questioning whether or not we had what it took. But after the LA trip and people started getting healthy again, and then we started beating some teams that beat us in conference earlier in the year, we put ourselves in a real good position. And so, once we solidified the playoff spot, it was a chance to kind of breathe a little bit and not feel so much pressure, and that's always easier to play under. So it's nice. It's nice to make the playoffs. Now we gotta perform.
To follow that up, what are you looking forward to seeing from your team as you head into the tournament?
We've had a couple of small things that we've been working on all year long, and without getting into the weeds too much, they're things that as we do them really well, our team plays really well. And there are things that don't cost a lot to do. That's what we say a lot in our gym. It doesn't cost you anything to do these skills, but when you're disciplined and you do them, the game becomes easier. And so when we focus on those things, we do a pretty nice job. We have good energy and the guys get after it, and we've got the arms and we're obviously as physical as everybody else. It's just, can we do those little things that make the difference, that allow us to either be playing from behind or to have a little bit of a comfortable lead and not have to stress out so much. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see how we perform with that.
What is your favorite type of music?
Oh, that's a great question. I like everything from Mozart to Motorhead, so it depends on my mode. If I'm grinding away at the computer, I like electronica music. I like a little trance, a little techno. It's just kind of like that driving beat. If I'm driving my car, I like something a little bit more rock and roll, a little bit more hard driven, maybe some Tool or some Cult, or probably a couple bands that I listen to fairly often. I like Foo Fighters a lot. But if I'm in a chill mode at home with my wife and we're making dinner, we listen to a lot of Steely Dan and the Eagles and things like that. So it just depends on the moment I'm in and what I'm feeling. But that's a great question.
All right, this one is very, very highly debated. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, no, a hot dog is not a sandwich. The same way that a burger at McDonald's is called a sandwich. It's not a sandwich, it's a burger. So a hot dog is a hot dog. Now, if you splice it in half and then put it in between two pieces of bread, that could be a hot dog sandwich. But no, a hot dog's a hot dog. It's its own category.
Some people in America would say otherwise.
Who says that? Who says that? I gotta find out. You won't tell me. All right, I got it.
What is your go-to TV series right now?
The Lakers show on HBO. I forgot what it's called, but it's the story basically of Jerry Buss and the owner of the Lakers back in the '80s, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's my current go-to. If I'm doing a little kind of like bubblegum TV where I just want some background wallpaper, I'm a huge fan of 90 Day Fiancé, and I know that's weird. Don't make fun of me. I know it's crazy. My wife and I absolutely are enthralled by it. It's so fascinating. So yeah, those are probably my two go-tos right now.
When the season ends, how many TV shows are on your list?
Well, we DVR a ton of stuff. I probably got 4 or 5 that are queued up, ready to go. But again, documentaries are my thing. So I've got probably about 5 or 6 documentaries that I'm going to watch on this road trip coming up. And that's the benefits of having longer bus rides, is you get a chance to watch a few of those on the iPad. And so, yeah, I get a few queued up.
All right. Anything else you want to say to Mason Nation as we close out this last episode?
We obviously appreciate you guys coming out and supporting us every match. This is a big weekend, playing against Harvard both nights, 7 p.m. and Friday, 4 p.m. on Saturday. Saturday is our senior night. We're going to send off our 2 seniors, Trevor Cannon and Richie Hoff. We hope you guys can come out and support them in their final home match here as a Patriot. We're in the green and gold, and rock on. We are.